Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to the channel. Unfortunately, our RV is still broken and our frame is not great, so we need to make frames great again.
That's right, we're still frame flexing over here, and that's unfortunate.
So if you hadn't had a chance, head over to pavingnewpaths.com and get yourself one of these Make Frames Great Again. We also have one that says Make RVs Great Again, because we need to spread the word and make all RVs great again, not just ours.
If you have no idea what we're talking about and why we're bringing up frames and RVs being great again, you've got to go check out our first two videos, which are linked in the description, and they will get you all caught up.
I'll give you some cliff notes. In the very first one, we reached out to Grand Design about some problems with our RV, and they had us do a frame flex measurement test. We also showed you all the things that led to us reaching out to Grand Design. Our second one was their reply to us giving them the frame flex measurements and our questions about how do we get this resolved. You should probably go check it out if you haven't seen it, because Grand Design did not act the way we expected them to. And that's led to this video right here.
It's been 2 weeks since those videos were published, and we need to bring you up to date on what's happening now.
The very first thing that happened is we had an overwhelmingly huge amount of support from you guys. We had no idea that you guys were watching, you guys cared so much. We appreciate all the prayers, the emails. Man, you guys, I'm telling you right now, you have destroyed my inbox. If we haven't got to you, we're on our way. We believe in responding to everyone. Comments as well. If we haven't responded to your comment, we're working on it. There's just two of us, and you guys have poured out an overwhelmingly large amount of support on our issues that we were going through.
And not just the issues that we're going through, our inbox is equally as full with messages and comments about people who have also experienced frame flex.
That's right. It's not the isolated event that they claim it is.
There has been a huge amount of positive comments and support, as Kevin said, but with that comes the other end.
The hate and the negativity. That's right, we have received an overwhelmingly large amount of hatred and negative comments and posts, and some censorship on Facebook because we made that video. Now we're used to it because we make YouTube videos, but the amount we got in this short amount of time is something that we have never seen before. And it's crazy the amount of fanboys that came out to defend this company, saying that we were just making this up and that's not true and that it can't possibly be that way, because that's not the experience they had. So the first forum, many of you guys got to meet him. There was a guy in our comments named Tom. He started attacking every single person that agreed with us, as well as myself, and saying that we were just not the right kind of people. He was discrediting everything we said. He had a problem with us individually. We actually can't figure out if he is a old viewer that got banned for harassment, or if he's a Grand Design employee or affiliate, because he is doing his best to cheer for Grand Design. Rah rah, Tom, you go get him. But I defended myself, and eventually you guys took over, so I appreciate it. And the big takeaway from all this is, don't be a Tom. You hear that, Tom? Don't be a Tom. We're thinking about making shirts that says don't be a Tom, because you're basically the male version of a Karen.
And we wish that we were clever enough to have come up with that shirt design, but it was one of you, our viewers. So if we make that shirt, we're gonna find that comment and we're gonna send you one, because we think it is so fitting for this situation. Don't be a Tom.
Also, he is not just mad at us. We found him in other people's YouTube videos that had frame flex, where he was doing the same thing to them, which is why we think he is a Grand Design affiliate or employee, because he is going out of his way to discredit anyone making videos putting a negative light on Grand Design.
And it's not just Tom who came at us with some hate. We had a lot of messages and emails of people who are very upset with us because they feel we have ruined their investment. They feel that the resale on these is going to drop dramatically because we've exposed this problem. Then there's the people who we know we've upset because they've worked their entire lives for this dream, and we've basically come in and just crushed the dream. But it wasn't us. It wasn't our fault. We were just sharing what we're going through.
That's right, because this was our dream as well. Our dream was to buy an RV and travel the United States. Our dream is ruined, and we'll move on and we'll survive. But there's many of y'all out there who feel as though we are killing your dream. We're actually not. We're protecting you. We're trying to help you and warn you that things are not as they seem.
And then there's those comments that you actually never get to see, because YouTube does a pretty good job of removing comments that are personal attacks or have foul language in them. But some do still slip through the cracks. In fact, we've had quite a few where they're attacking us personally on how we look, what we're wearing, things like that. I even got one that said, what happened to her upper lip? Sorry, that's just the way God made me.
And then there's those people who watched the whole video and they complained about the wind. Well, guess what? We're outside, the wind blows, cars drive by, things happen. It amazes me that you can watch a video about a serious issue with campers and your one takeaway was, let me tell them about the wind. It happens, get over it.
Unlike those Facebook groups and RV forums that you're part of, we do our best to leave every comment up. Even if they are upset with us, we try to leave them up because we think it's good to show both sides of every story. So we never want to censor our comments. The only ones we have to remove are the ones where there may be curse words or the ones where you're attacking us personally or our children personally.
Yeah, if you disagree with me, that's perfectly acceptable. But don't disagree with me by cussing and attacking me as a person. If the subject is about the RV frame, we can disagree all day long about the RV frame. But what we can't do is immediately go to attacking me as a person and what you think about me as a person, because now it's not about the RV frame. It's about you not liking me as a person. So that's when we usually remove the comments, because it serves no purpose to move the conversation forward in a positive way. Now let's get to some of the censorship that we've seen on Facebook because of our video. And we actually didn't post the video. We had nothing to do with this video showing up on some of these forums. People were taking screenshots and sending them to us because we don't even have access to them.
That's right. We're not a part of most of the RV groups, but GDRV for life, there's quite a few Solitude owner groups and Momentum owner groups. We are in some of those, but you would not believe the number of screenshots that people sent us that they posted our video just to help get the message out there that, hey, you might have this problem too, or this problem may be coming, so beware. And the comments and the post are completely shut down. Even went so far as people were being removed from the groups by the admins because they kept posting the video trying to get the word out.
Can you guess who the admins are? They are Grand Design employees. She's also a big-time social media person because while she was busy filming all of her Snapchats and whatever she's doing for Grand Design at the Tampa RV show, she was busy removing all these posts because it showed a negative side. She also quoted the reason they were being removed, it violated policy. This group is to promote your experience with Grand Designs. Well, this is our experience with Grand Designs, and we actually didn't post it, but other people are trying to share it because it is an experience with Grand Designs that people should be aware of. Instead, you remove them, and you keep stating publicly that there's always two sides of the story. Well, right now, it just seems like it's only your side, the side that you want to present to the customers, not the side that shows a negative side of Grand Design.
That's right. Where is your side of the story, Grand Design? We're still waiting to hear it. I think there's a lot of people out here that are eager to hear your side of what we're presenting. So please reach out to us. We will share it on our channel. We are not biased here in any way. We just happen to be sharing our experience. So if you'd like to share it on our channel or on another channel, you have plenty of affiliates that could help you share the story.
There was also a lot of comments of people saying, you're out of warranty and you're the second owner. What do you expect? I was called a millennial, selfish, childish. What was the other one they called us?
Entitled.
Oh yeah. We're entitled because we want our frame fixed for free. I mean, warranty and frame should never be in the same sentence. We're not asking for windows and doors. We're asking for the foundation of our RV to be repaired. Yes, we think it should be for free because it shouldn't have broke to begin with if it was built correctly.
We can see how when that video was released that it might appear as if we're coming off as whining or complaining or a little entitled. We get that, but we are not an isolated event in this. Our inbox is full of people who have bought RVs from pretty much every manufacturer across the board, and it just goes to show that this is not an isolated event.
There is hundreds, if not thousands of people who have had their frame broken. Some have been repaired by Grand Design and some haven't. Some have been told, yes, you're under warranty. Some have been said the same thing we've done. You're on your own, figure it out. I really disagree that this should be a thing that is covered under warranty. If you can't build the RV on a frame that'll last, why build it at all? Yes, some people said you have a 1-year transferable warranty because you're the second owner, and some people say I have a 3-year brand new. So you're telling me you can buy a $100,000 plus RV, and after 3 years, if anything happens to the frame, you are on your own?
Not only is our inbox full of experiences of people that this has happened to, we also have a large number of people who have gone and had their frame fixed and their frame repaired by these manufacturers or by the dealers only to have them break again. It's unacceptable.
If it needs to be repaired and add so much metal and gussets and things to strengthen the frame, why wasn't there to begin with? And they're also telling people that the new ones aren't going to do it. So you added more metal? What did you do to change the design? And if you did change the design to keep it from breaking, how come you're not repairing the ones that are already out on the road that are having frame flex free of charge? Because you knew there was a deficient design, because now you're making a different frame for the new models. Unless you're not, and you're just telling people that because you're trying to deflect and defend your product again.
This is when it would be awesome to have the manufacturer side of the story. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if you've changed your frames and that they're safe for consumers now, or are you still building them on the same frame that ours was built on?
They're probably not going to help us out. We're probably done with Grand Design, especially after all these videos. They're probably never going to help us out. We tried to give you a chance. We wanted to paint a picture that you do care about second owners and people out of warranty, and you passed on it. That's how we got to this point. But honestly, are we missing out on much? Would we really want the guy who put the roof on our RV that came off in 9 months to fix the frame? Or would we want the guy who put the underbelly on that came off to fix our frame? Or better yet, would we want the guy who thought it was a good idea to plumb all those water lines behind the wall to fix our frame? Probably not. So we honestly don't want the company who couldn't build the frame the first time the right way to repair the frame the second time.
So what started out as a problem with our RV and our frame has turned into something much, much bigger. This is no longer about paving new paths, not having an RV to travel in for the year of 2024. This is now about every customer who has been treated incorrectly, made to pay things that they should not have paid for, and for every unsuspecting RV owner out there that is driving a unit that is who knows how long away from having its frame break.
Because this is not an isolated event. And honestly, this is bigger than Grand Design as well. We are picking on Grand Design because we own a Grand Design, but really, we've got emails from every single brand out there of them having frame flex. Turns out, when Lippert is involved, I'm not really picking on Lippert because I know Lippert builds it to the manufacturer specs, but all these frames that are built on Lipperts by these companies are having these issues. You're probably thinking, it's not a big deal. I haven't heard much about it. It's only these YouTubers wanting attention. Well, guess what? In our inbox is also a whole bunch of people that have signed NDAs. That's right. They signed an NDA, said they couldn't talk about what they got, but you didn't make them sign an NDA about talking about getting an NDA. Because we have several people who said they had a problem, they signed an NDA, problem went away. I don't know about you, but 2 + 2 = 4. Do the math, you can figure out what probably happened. But they made someone's problem go away in exchange for silence on that problem.
Of all the people that have reached out to say that they signed an NDA, we'll let you guess which manufacturer has the most NDAs in our inbox. It's definitely Grand Design. So, do you still want to be cheerleaders and defend these great companies, or do you want to realize what's really happening?
In the last video, when we read the email out, turns out the author of the email that we were reading out loud, he is the guy who makes problems go away. He's actually the guy who prevents our videos from showing up on the internet. You know how I know? Because every one of the people that signed NDAs and had this same problem going on with them, that was their same contact. So we assumed when we were talking to him, we were on a path to fixing our problem. Only did we find out that he is a guy that's supposed to manage problems. Sometimes he makes them go away, and sometimes he just defends and deflects and ignores you, like in our case.
I think you definitely let this one slip through the cracks.
We also got several stories from the people that attended the Tampa RV show, and they asked some questions about frame flex. They asked them some very important people, like people with acronyms for their titles, you know, the CEOs, the CFOs, all those kind of people. You know what they did? Non-answers. Instead, they were promoting their brand and how much it was. I believe the exact saying was, let's get back to the Love Fest. You also talked about how much effort you put into the show down there and how you had all these tents set up, the newest models set up, you had all these free swag bags, you had your merch for sale. You know, if you spent some of that time taking care of the customers who own your product, you probably wouldn't be having videos like this made about your product.
Or maybe spent that time engineering the frames that your product is sitting on. Then maybe you wouldn't have videos like this either.
So after reviewing all these emails and comments, several of y'all suggested reaching out to the Better Business Bureau and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration And we actually took your advice when we did that. So we wrote a complaint to the NHTSA, and guess what? They called back within 12 hours, and I got to speak to a gentleman from the government and explain to him my problems and what was going on with these RVs. And he actually told me that there has been an uptick of these complaints coming in, so they're possibly going to be opening an investigation. But he said the only way to get something going is we need all the people who have experienced this to go file a complaint on the website. So I'm gonna put the website somewhere right here, over here, somewhere on the screen. The website's coming up. Head over there. It takes 2 minutes. You need your VIN number and a brief description of what's going on. So if you've ever had frame flex repaired or not, go over there, make a complaint, because the only way to get this moving forward in the right way, which is having the government step in and review the frames on these trailers, we need to get together, make the complaints, and get this resolved. Because it's not that we don't like RVs, we just don't think they should fall apart and the manufacturer tell you, hey, we need 16,000 plus, or file an insurance claim so we can make some more money on a problem that we sold you.
There's people out there like Tom who say the NHTSA will not accept these claims, they will not do anything for them. With our conversation with them, he says if your trailer is over 10,000 pounds, it definitely gives them cause to look into the issues that you're having. So I think it's worth it for everyone to get on that website and flood them with your experiences the way you flooded our inbox.
Several of y'all said, why didn't you just call your insurance company and make a claim and get it done? Well, there's a good reason we didn't, because we are full-timers and there's only a few companies that will give you full-time traveling insurance. The one we have is one of them. So we were afraid if we called them, they would either drop us because we had a major claim, or they would jack our premiums up because of the claim. We also kind of don't feel that the insurance company should be involved in fixing a defect from the manufacturer like Grand Design wants us to. They want us so casually to just call insurance and make a quote to fix the frame. A quote they already have the numbers and hours for because they're doing it quite often.
We also feared that because this is our full-time home and we don't have another home base, that they might total the unit. And if they totaled the unit, would that mean that we would have to get out of it immediately, or would we have time? Like, there were things we needed to have in place should they say, okay, the RV is totaled, now you need to vacate it. So we had to get our ducks in a row before we could contact them, which brings us to the fact that we have now contacted them.
We've started the process of getting a claim on our RV. And really the first step is we just bring them up to speed on what's happened, and we're at the point where we have to select a shop because it has to be torn down and inspected to find out just how deep the damage goes. Which brings me to my next thing. Several of you guys reached out with shops that want to help us, and we're going through and vetting all of you guys, and we're trying to figure out which one works best for our situation, because obviously the RV at some point has to get to a shop. So there are several of the shops that want to send a representative out to inspect it first, possibly do some on-site repairs to get it roadworthy again, and then it can be moved to that shop. But it all comes down to, will the insurance cover it or not? Because there's a big gray area on what they will and will not cover. And right now we're still working on that. So that's why there has been really no movement of the RV yet, because it's all a big risk. And on one hand, insurance might help us. On the other hand, they may not cover any of this, and we're still gonna be out of pocket for every repair on this RV. Which is why you need to go buy some more shirts to make RVs great again, because it's very expensive to make them great again.
Very, very expensive.
Now, if you're still here in this part of the video, you might think that we are being super negative. We actually are not trying to be negative. We love RVs. We love everything the RV has given us. Even through all the videos you see me have to fix and repair our RV, I wouldn't trade any of this for the world. The RV has allowed me and my family to travel and grow closer and be together and see this beautiful country. But it did come at a cost. And the biggest cost now is the fact that our dreams may be over before they really got started, because we still haven't accomplished all the goals we set out to accomplish when we bought all this stuff.
We thought we were going to be full-time RVing for 2 years, and then we would see what was next for life. It turned into 3 years, and we honestly had talked about it going for another 3, 4, 5, even 6 years. So it's not that we have a problem with Grand Design or any of the other manufacturers out there. We just want you to make a product that is going to stand the test of time. When these RVs are being financed for 10, 15, 20 years now, it is not acceptable that a frame can only be warranted for 1 to 3 years. People have goals. People set a huge amount of time and money aside to be able to have this lifestyle and to go into this lifestyle all in. And whenever that rug gets pulled out from under them, it's just heartbreaking.
So that's where we stand with our RV. We're currently working with our insurance company and some local shops to try to get it repaired. There's obviously no support from Grand Design, and we'll keep you updated as things progress. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. We love you, and I can't wait to see all the fanboy comments in this one.